Hey y'all, let's get started with lesson 10. This week we're going to talk about some of the earliest theories of crime and criminal behavior and a lot of discussion about the relationship between crime and punishment. We're going to take a look at classical and neoclassical theories of crime. You may hear other descriptions or read in some of your assignments for this school of thought, but that's what we're focusing on. The actual classical theories that deal a lot with how to prevent crime on an individual basis, and then how to prevent crime on a grander scale in an entire community or an entire culture because of punishment. You're going to read some very old pieces this week. So I will give you the same advice that our pastor has given us at church before. Don't get so hung up in the words that they use that you miss what they're trying to communicate. So there will be some, we're talking about the late 1700s, folks. You're just going to skim a few pieces in your reading assignments that date back to before the United States. So you're looking at kind of the foundation of a lot of criminal justice systems, a lot of theory moving forward, and kind of the birth of a lot of social science research. You'll have a Prezi lecture that deals with classical and neoclassical. When you hear me say neoclassical, it's just kind of a resurgence or a rebirth of that same kind of thought process. It's moving back, and you'll see when we touch on a lot of these different theories this semester that you start in one place, and with time and with experience, it shifts a little in a different direction. And then you'll also see when that gets to a point where it doesn't really explain behavior, then the pendulum shifts back the other direction. So the neoclassical is more of a modern day 20th century, 21st century approach to dealing with crime and punishment that had its roots and its foundations in classical theory. It's just a little bit more of an update. So again, you're going to have some reading assignments that you have for this week, and you have a flip grid. Listen, I understand that Halloween is this week, and many of you have other plans for Wednesday night. So your first post to Flipgrid, answering my question, is going to be due on Thursday, November 1st by midnight. Just like any other discussion forum or Flipgrid, you have 2 additional posts that need to be made, but you have until Monday, November 5th to get those finished. I'm giving you guys a little extra time to respond to those, in part because it's Halloween, and also in part because I'm going to be gone for a period of time this week, but we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. You also have a quiz. Your quiz is going to be over lessons 9 and 10, and your quiz is due Monday, November 5th at midnight. So for this week, a Prezi, some reading assignments, and they're pretty heavy. It's not that there's a ton of pages necessarily, as it may be a little bit difficult to understand. I'll tell you the truth, sometimes to read some old pieces like that, I often have to read them aloud. So whatever works for you so that you get kind of the basic concept of what those folks were focusing on when they were talking about how to respond to criminal behavior in the society that they lived in the time that they lived in, and kind of how we still approach things from a very similar standpoint even today, how some of our structures are built. Flipgrid, first post by Thursday, respond to 2 other students by Monday, a quiz that needs to be finished by Monday night, and you always have another opportunity for a Columbine journal entry. So I need everybody to know I am hopping on a plane this morning, and I will be home on Tuesday night late. So if you need me, email me, call me, text me, but know that I'm at a conference in Florida on Monday and Tuesday of this week, and it may take me a little while to get back to you, or you may not see anything from me at all until Wednesday. If I can text you back, or if I can run onto a laptop and check something, I will. But there will be periods of time, especially Monday and Tuesday, when I just won't be available. So, you guys have a good week. Be safe. Don't frighten the children. make good choices. Enjoy yourself on Halloween, and we'll just see you next week. Bye-bye.